Sleep, stress, and weight. How does weight affect your sleep? In the short term, the type of food that you eat, mainly during the evening, can affect your sleep. So we know that a high-fat diet or a high-fat meal just before you go to bed can increase reflux, can make it more uncomfortable for you to go to bed, can make it harder for you to get to sleep and reduce the quality of sleep that you have. We also know that a high caffeine intake can also reduce the quality and quantity of sleep that you get later at night. So making sure that you have a balanced diet which has lots of fruit and vegetables in it, and making sure that you're of a healthy weight can improve your ability to fall asleep. The major risk factor when it comes to your weight and long-term impacts on your sleep is sleep apnea. In very simple terms, sleep apnea is when you have a reduced amount of oxygen in your blood for a short period of time. You basically stop breathing, you gasp, you start breathing again, and then the cycle starts all over. The problem is for people with sleep apnea is that a lot of the time they don't realize that they're having this problem overnight. And every single time they have an apnea, they wake up just enough to make sure they don't get quality sleep, but not enough to realize. So the next morning they wake up, they've got reduced productivity, reduced attention spans, they're basically exhausted. A lot of the time they don't even know why this is happening. You're at increased risk when you're overweight or obese because you have increased weight around your neck, around your upper chest. At a certain stage of your sleep, the muscles that work every day to keep your airway open relax. That's a normal physiological occurrence. The problem is if you've got a lot of weight around your neck, around your jaw and around your chest, you collapse your airway, which makes it exceptionally hard for you to breathe in, get oxygen into your lungs and then get that oxygen into your blood. In very simple terms, that's sleep apnea. We know that people who have that form of sleep apnea who lose weight can also reduce their risk of sleep apnea to the point where they might not even need the sleeping apparatuses that people do need with sleep apnea. How does sleep affect your weight? We know that poor sleep is associated with an increase in appetite, specific hormonal changes which make it more likely for you to overeat. There was a recent study that came out and found that people that have less than 5 hours sleep a night, on average, are at risk of putting on an extra 0.8 of a kilo, 800 grams, every week when compared to a group of people who had 8 hours sleep a night. Basically, if you get between 7 and 9 hours of quality sleep every night, not only is it good for reducing your risk of putting on excess weight, it improves other areas of your health as well. How does stress affect your weight? Stress is a natural part of everyday life, even more so now. We're busier than ever. From a health point of view, that's not great if you let that stress get to you. We know it increases your blood pressure. We know it increases your risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and other chronic illnesses. We know it also affects your ability to maintain a healthy weight. One of the essential stress hormones is cortisol. The problem with cortisol is it makes us crave energy or calories to fuel the stress reaction. The other problem with stress is it makes us reach for comfort foods. We don't tend to reach for the carrot or the celery during a stressful situation. We reach for those foods that we're comfortable with. And a lot of the time, they're high energy foods. The good news is that one of the best ways to beat stress is physical exercise. It releases feel-good hormones that reduce stress and make us feel better, not only about ourselves, but the situation that's going on. So if you can increase the level of physical activity as well as eat a balanced diet, not only will you beat the stress, but you'll also beat the weight battles. So a lifestyle that involves good quality sleep and less stress may help you lose weight.